We got a long time.
Because it's some good
It's
stuff.
2026.
I can't.
We got a long time.
Listen, I am itching to get to a poll to vote. I can't wait to let my voice be heard.
I can't
I
wait
got
to put
thoughts.
a sticker on.
I got thoughts about some of this stuff.
I love stickers.
You listened to a song?
I did.
What was it?
What was it? What was it? It was great. Oh, this ain't a scene now. It's a arms race. This ain't a scene.
I don't know.
You know that song.
Yes, I'm aware of that. You know, your boy loves him
You're
some
a big
Fallout Boy.
Fallout fan.
I could do without that song. Every time that song comes on, I skip it.
No.
Every single time it comes on, I skip it.
Okay, to be
can't
fair,
think of the
I was
last time
trying to sing along to it, and I was like, I'm a leading man.
And the words I'm weaving are so intricate.
Oh, so intricate.
Go, you gotta hit me with the do.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll
I
work
just
on it.
like the I am an arms dealer, filling you with weapons in the form of a word. I like how it starts.
Yeah.
And then I like the little drum situation that we get.
It's a fine song. We played that song so damn much as a
Yes.
collective. I don't know.
Correct.
And that's including the songs that they selected to be played during college football season. Remember when Fall Out Boy decided to be the voice of college football a couple of times?
Remember me
Yeah.
for centuries.
Including those songs. I don't think I heard any other Fall Out Boy song as much as This Ain't a Scene.
Did they use this in a scene?
No.
No.
No,
Oh, you're saying
just in
that
general.
before the other overusage of Fall Out Boy songs during
But
college
even
football.
those overusage songs, I didn't hear as much as that song. Like I knew when I tuned in to college football on Saturday, all right, I'm gonna hear some Fall Out Boy, right? Like I just prepared myself to hear it, but it was only on Saturday, not Sunday, not Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday.
Well, yeah, 2 years ago they used that song. Oh, it's Saturday night. The weekend.
Yeah, but that wasn't played. That's not Fall Out Boy 1, 2.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fine. That song, I didn't hear that song outside of
College
on
football.
ESPN
Yeah.
on like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I heard This Ain't a Scene all the damn time. It just ruined it for me.
This Ain't a Scene was like when I was a child, I feel like.
I was in college.
Oh, maybe I was too.
You were in high school.
Whatever.
You had to be in high school.
Whatever. It's Tuesday, July 15th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, plenty of Grizz moves yesterday to get into. New assistant coach hired. Couple signings made official. Cedric Coward showed up in Las Vegas. Mike Wallace will join us from Vegas to talk about it all. He's talked with all the rookies thus far. We'll get his takeaways. Saw the home run derby last night. All hail the big dumper. Cal Raleigh, winner of the Home Run Derby. We have some WNBA news and notes. It's TV Tuesday. We'll wrap up Love Island, which came to an end. I started a new show last night that's pretty good, and we'll go into the most streamed shows thus far of 2025. It is a Tuesday. You know what we say. Campbell's Chicken Noodle Possibilities. Boo!
You figured it out.
You should have seen me when it came to me. It was like a light bulb.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Are you ready?
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
These are the Jordan 1, the crystals. These are the shoe that retails for $1,000. Oh, extra crystals. So if your crystals fall off, if your crystals fall off, actually these are the black crystals because they have. So the shoe has black crystals on there as well too. So you get an extra package of black crystals.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Jaron jumped on social media yesterday and tweeted the following: "The M will teach you who you are with love. It's always grit and grind when we're out here at all cost." I don't want to overstate it, but I do think these types of things matter. Like the way you feel about yourself, about your home, about your city. All of that stuff matters.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope you had a great start to the week. A continuation of the week. We got a lot of Grizzlies stuff to get into that came down the pipeline yesterday. Mike Wallace is going to join us in the second segment from Las Vegas. But I stumbled into watching the Home Run Derby last night, CJ, and I got to watch the Big Dumper win it all. Woo! We are Team Big Dumper. You did order yourself a Big Dumper shirt, correct? Because I was going to order you a Big Dumper shirt. I actually saw there's a Big Dumper onesie that I thought about ordering for my future child because it's always going to hit. It's never not going to be a funny thing to put your kid in, the Big Dumper onesie. So I still might do that. You're getting a shirt. Cal Raleigh, Mariners catcher. If you don't know, now you know. He goes by the Big Dumper. He won his first home run derby last night. Why you would ever call him Cal Raleigh at this point is beyond me. Like, he is the Big D. He is the Dumper, the Big Dumper. And he won the home run derby, and it was fun to watch.
He's the big what now?
The Big D.
Okay.
Stands for Dumper. Please, don't be weird.
I'm being weird?
Yeah, God.
Big Dumper!
Quite the early first half of the season for Mr. Dumper. Gets me every time. We could all come together for this. Leads the American League with 38 home runs at the All-Star break, on pace to hit 64 this season. It only makes sense that he would win the home run derby. He hits from both sides of the plate. He hit from both sides last night. He is the first Seattle Mariner to win the home run derby since Ken Griffey Jr. He almost got knocked out in the first round, CJ, and this is how I got tied into really watching and caring about the home run derby last night, because I was rooting for both him and local product, Brent Rooker, who plays for the A's. He went to ECS here in Memphis, then went to Mississippi State. I think he's been on Vernon's show a couple of times at this point. And so I wanted him to make it through the first round, and I wanted the Big Dumper to make it through the first round. And for a second, I thought we were going to get a swing-off between the two of them, because
I love swing-offs.
Featuring the Big Dumper.
The Big D, yes, as you like to call him.
But I thought we were going to get a swing-off because both of them had 17 home runs in the first round, and so they end the first round tied, and I'm like, great, this is dramatic, this is fun, baseball is fun again. And then they proceed to say, actually, they're going to go to math. to figure it out on who should advance. They measured their
I thought it was a
longest
swing off.
They did not go to a swing off. They claimed that Cal Raleigh's longest home run in the first round was 470.6 feet, and Rooker's longest was 470.5. So by point 1, Raleigh goes into the next round.
Rigged.
I think it's rigged.
It.
They wanted the big. Listen,
rigged it
I'm
for the
sitting here
dumper.
talking about the big dumper. I think he's one of the most recognizable names in the sport of baseball right now. He's been mashing it all year. They wanted him to continue. And so they said, let's go to the math. Oh, if you squint, his longest home run went. They can't even show me the home runs. I have so many beefs with this broadcast. You don't even see the home runs now. What do you mean? Like, they are barely keeping up with the ball coming off the bat. They're going so fast. You don't see them going over. You really don't have a consistent idea of what balls are going over into home run territory versus which are ending up in the outfield. Then there was one situation where a kid robbed the dude that Big Dumper was going up against in the final round. I thought that kid was gonna die.
Who was gonna kill him? The other kids or the player?
No, the player. And the player's crew around them. Originally, it was seen that this wasn't going to count, which was insane. I thought it was quite the grab. And then they put the spotlight on the kid, zoom in, full face. This is the guy who just caught this home run. And I was like, he's going to die. He is going to be absolutely killed in this situation. But ultimately, they did allow that one to stand, and the Big Dumper still won. But I don't think he maybe should have made it past the first round. Or I think there should have been a fairer way to go about this. And this is summer sports conversation. The home run derby is rigged.
But that's an American staple, is the home run derby. If we can't trust,
it gets me going every year.
The people to drop the list, and we can't drop the people to officiate the home run derby correctly, what are we as a society? What is this? What happened to the country that I love?
I don't know.
Is it only, because I read the rules yesterday, and I thought that it went to a swing off in every round. So was it only in the final round that it would go to a swing off?
I don't know, because I watched the first round and I watched half of the second round, and then I watched a TV show in between, and then I came back and it was still the final round between Cal Raleigh and Junior Caminero. And I was like, wow, this is a long home run derby that I've been able to come back and watch the end of this take place.
I find it odd. The best part of the home run derby is watching the balls leave the stadium.
Thank you.
Why would you not show
and
that?
And also hearing fun calls, back. We
Berman,
don't get that anymore.
Berman was made for the home run derby. He was.
Well, and then because his calls became how we called our own backyard baseball games, kickball games, anything. And now I was disappointed. I can't be disappointed in the home run derby, a home run derby that the Big Dumper won. The uniforms were cool. I appreciated the uniforms.
I saw people who
year.
didn't like the uniforms.
They're better than last year.
Okay.
You know me, I'm a big font person, and I don't love the font of the AL and the NL, but I like the cleanness of the uniform, and I like the back of the uniform.
Got you.
We're talking about.
Makes sense to me.
Are you going to watch the All-Star game tonight?
You know I'm not.
I'm not either. I'm going to watch Fever Sun.
Is that tonight?
That's tonight. Don't get excited. It's the Sun. But I am excited to watch the Fever. It's on ESPN.
I blinked for a minute.
You thought they were still good again?
I blinked.
You went back?
I was like, Alyssa Thomas?
Back to the future?
Brianna Jones versus Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston? Hell yes, sign me up. And none of those people are on the Sun.
No. It's okay. Marina Mabry is, and there's always drama.
Let's go.
I'm sure everyone will be totally normal at all times.
Oh,
in this
wait.
matchup.
I'm
they
back
hate
excited.
Each other.
I'm back excited because they hate each other.
Yeah.
This was the
Tina Charles.
This was the.
They've been like Zapruder filming Tina Charles in the last matchup between the Fever and the Sun. And Caitlin Clark fans have gone crazy nuclear that Tina Charles had a fist in Caitlin Clark's back and was pulling her hair. And it might be photoshopped. I don't know what to trust anymore.
What happened to the country?
What happened to the country?
The wife. When we talked about this, we called it kerfuffle.
Yes, the kerfuffle.
The wife told me that I messed up. The wife told me I messed up, and it shouldn't be the kerfuffle. It should just be the herfuffle. And so we're changing it.
Oh, that's so good.
It's a herfuffle.
That's
and
really
so
good.
the last time these two teams played, there was a herfuffle that popped off, and I can't wait to see it again. Because, again, they don't like each other, and one of these teams is significantly better than the other team.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how this all plays out. And I didn't say anything bad about Caitlin Clark in that. To all of you, CJ is a Caitlin Clark hater stan. Suck it.
You're a hater. Well, we will be watching WNBA. And so I still watch the Home Run Derby. I am nostalgic enough
to watch the Derby.
It feels Americana. And yes, the Big Dumper being included helps. Plus, Brent Rooker, local product. But I don't need to watch the All-Star game anymore. And you want to know what else I don't think I'm going to watch this week?
What?
The ESPYs.
Oh, okay.
I have no desire.
The ESPYs is your jam.
I know. What is happening?
You've been fading
what happened
on
to the country I loved, and what happened to the sports awards show?
You've been fading.
God, this henna is holding on strong.
You've been fading from the ESPYs for a while, though.
Fading on the ESPYs, not fading on the henna.
The henna's going to be there till next season. You're going to be standing there interviewing somebody really, really tall with your hand up like this.
And someone's going to be like, what?
Why is she appropriating Indian culture?
Yeah, I can't wait.
I had something else to say.
About
But
the
is that...
ESPYs. I've been fading on the ESPYs.
Is that game in Boston? Somebody in chat said that game is in Boston.
The Fever Sun game? Yeah, it's at TD Garden.
Oh, we know how reasonable. We know how reasonable those fans can be.
Thankfully, CJ, I know this is of the most importance for you. That game is at 7 o'clock on ESPN, which gives you plenty of time to transition to what. It's the appetizer for Grizzlies Warriors Summer League at 9:30 on ESPN. I cannot wait. In our household, it's rivalry night between the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies Summer League teams. 9:30 p.m., both 1-1 in Las Vegas Summer League, being played at the Thomas and Mack Center on the big court, will be Grizzlies Warriors. We'll get into the Summer League happenings with Mike. But I would say the biggest piece of news for the Grizzlies yesterday, and it has been a trickle of actual news with the Jaren extension officially becoming official over the weekend, and then we knew more deals were going to come with that. Cam Spencer was signed to a new contract yesterday. The Ty Jerome contract went through yesterday. But we also got a report first from Drew Hill at the Daily Memphian, and then echoed by others, including DeMichael Cole at the Commercial Appeal, that the Grizzlies have hired Ryan Saunders as their new lead assistant coach. And we've been waiting to see how Tomas Isolo was going to finish filling out his assistant coaching staff. And it appears that Ryan Saunders is going to be that lead assistant. This is somebody who was an assistant for 3 years with the Denver Nuggets. That tenure goes through the Nuggets championship run in 2023. He was considered the defensive mindset of that Nuggets team. That defense finished 15th in the league that year, still won a championship. So that's an interesting anecdote. He was the head coach of the Timberwolves back in 2019, 2021, fired from there. He had previously been an assistant in Minnesota before he was given the head coaching job. He started his NBA coaching career with the Wizards. He is, of course, the son of Flip Saunders, so he has the coaching in his DNA. He never played professionally, but he did play at the University of Minnesota.
He was on the team.
He was on the team.
He was on the team
at the University of Minnesota. Yes. He's got the coaching in his blood, the Saunders blood of NBA coaching. He's got the DNA. He's also won a championship. He knows one of the players on this team. Check.
Oh, KCP.
KCP.
Yeah.
I think that's probably. Well, you don't want one player to be the most interesting thing about an assistant coach being hired, but that does mean something, because if you're the Grizzlies, you brought in KCP hoping that you're getting Denver KCP, not Orlando KCP, and who could help you unlock the version of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope that was integral to the Nuggets winning a championship? Perhaps one of the coaches who was on that staff. So I do think that's a prominent note of this hire.
He's been coaching for a while at the NBA level, I think 2009 or something like that. And the head coaching stint with the Timberwolves was odd, because from reading it, I couldn't remember it when it happened, but from reading, didn't he step in as interim in like 2019, yes. And then he gets the head coaching tag. I don't know if anybody remembers 2020, but that was a year. And then they come back the following year, and it's like, okay, he's got to go at that point. So I'm not sure. Young. He was really young, and damn it, he was dealing with a pandemic, and none of us really navigated that super well. And so I think that some of if you're critiquing him on what his head coaching record was, I think that there are very valid reasons why it is the way that it is, and it's not because of his coaching acumen. Like you said, he was a defensive coordinator for that Nuggets team, which the year before, the Nuggets team that won the championship, which the year before, really struggled defensively, to the point to where now there were a whole lot of injuries, but Jokic was such a liability on the defensive end. At times you could play him off of the court, or at the very least nullify his impact on the offensive end by targeting him on the defensive end. He comes in here, Ryan Saunders does. You need to up your defense. He's got that sort of mentality. I think he's a Tibbs disciple also. I feel like I read that somewhere. And so if you got one of those on your team, that bodes pretty okay for your defensive prowess. And if the Grizzlies can be okay defensively, that would be a massive step up from what they were last year on the defensive side of the ball. He's a lead assistant. He'll be in charge of, it seems like you said, the defensive side of things, the defensive coordinator. So we'll see how that all shakes out and shapes out for the Grizzlies going forward this season.
I know there are a lot of people out there who were really hopeful for like a former player. That suddenly felt like an important characteristic.
The vibe I got was an older veteran coach, like a Mo Cheeks type dude. But okay.
One of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, people are constantly like, when's Tony Allen going to be an assistant coach for this team? When's Brevin Knight going to be an assistant coach for this team? And that speaks to how much both of those individuals like mean to the Grizzlies and the fan base and how respected they are. But ultimately, when you're making a coaching hire like this, and you know, if it came down between Ryan Saunders and other veteran coaches in the NBA, it takes two to make a deal, right? Like, so we don't know if this was offered to anyone else. We don't know where Ryan Saunders fell in the pipeline of desire for this coaching process, but this is who gets brought in. Now, within DeMichael's reporting and Drew's reporting, they also added that Anthony Carter is no longer with the Memphis Grizzlies, and AC was really big in development with quite a few of the guys on the team, particularly Gigi Jackson, and Gigi has specifically called out AC multiple times, and their relationship was really pretty strong. So it will be interesting how that impacts things. Adding Saunders is now Jason March, Eric Schmidt, the Brian Penny-Collins, who was brought in for the player development side, and they've all been with the Grizzlies in Summer League, coaching alongside Tomas Isolo. So it will be interesting when Ryan Saunders gets to town, or when he officially is announced as the new lead assistant for the Memphis Grizzlies. Mike Wallace will know a thing or two about all of that. He's also had the opportunity to talk with all three rookies in Las Vegas, including Cedric Coward, who showed up in Vegas yesterday. Long-awaited reunion between Coward and this Grizzlies team. He still is not able to play in Summer League for the Memphis Grizzlies, but he was able to chat it up with Mike Wallace. We'll get Mike's opinion on that conversation, among other Grizzlies topics, after a quick break.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies at home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
The First Ladies of FedEx Forum, the Grizz Girls, are known across the NBA for setting the standard for professional dance and entertainment, and they are looking for dancers to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. With the chance to gain professional dance experience, collaborate with national and local artists, and connect with the Memphis community, auditioning for the Grizz Girls is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Come show up and show out at Open Call Auditions. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Shinedown Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Have you talked to Norvell since the game?
Yeah, but we're close friends, so it's not one of those. Like, I think it's a little bit.
How long before you said ha 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 ha?
Hey, you sent him a text and said, "You want the box score?" You sent him the box score. You want to see the picture of me in the locker room afterwards?
How close are you? Because it would have taken me literally 30 seconds.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes me off, boom, takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
There are futures for Aaron Judge possibly hitting 400. Hitting 400 at the All-Star break, plus 600.
Oh, wow.
To have a 400 batting average in the regular season, plus 3,800. To win the Triple Crown is only plus 145.
I don't think he's going to hit 400 for the season.
I don't either. I that would be
ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back. It's Tuesday. That means it's time to catch up with Grind City Media senior editor Mike Wallace. He joins us every Tuesday. He joins us now, and he is in Las Vegas bright and early, even earlier than here in Memphis. 7:24 a.m. there in Vegas. Mike, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good. It's going great. What time did you say it was here? 7:24?
7:24, right?
6:24.
Oh, yeah. I always forget that Vegas is Pacific time zone.
Yeah. So hey, that's dedication right there.
That is dedication. Sorry for making it seem less impressive, but either would have been impressive because when you're in Vegas, time has no meaning. Have you tried to go get a cup of coffee like this early in the morning yet in Vegas?
No, but I mean, you know what? This is helpful because I'm usually up. I've been up the last 4 days this time anyway, because if you're going to get any kind of outdoor exercise in and runs and jogs and walks, you got to do it before it's like 8 a.m., you know what I mean? Before it creeps up into the mid 90s and the hundreds. So this is usually the time where I'm stirring up to try to get out there and get some miles in.
I kind of miss my my morning walk down to the casino bar, which is the only place you can get coffee at like 6 a.m. And so I would sit and wait for a cup of coffee and watch all of the I was going to call them sad people. I won't call them sad people. Dedicated people who are still in the casino from the night before as I'm trying to begin my day. Not quite the same vibe in Salt Lake City, but
you see a lot of sequence, and you also see a lot of sequence dresses, and you're like, hold on, man, she's dressed really well for this early in the morning. You know what I mean? It's
a lot of shoes in hand, though, at that point. Like, the shoes have made it off the feet and into the hands, and you are barefoot in a casino. And listen, when I was a young lady in a casino, I had those moments too. But as a furthered adult, you're like, oh, please put your shoes back on. Do you know how many disgusting germs are on the carpet of a casino floor?
Yeah, that's true. Spilled drinks and
just
yeah.
nasty.
But anyway.
But anyway, you have been so busy. I feel like this has been a very eventful Grizzlies Las Vegas Summer League period, just with the variation of news coming through, be it the coaching news from yesterday, player news, extension signed, new contract signed, and then also having the opportunity to catch up with all of the rookies for this Grizzlies team. And I want to start there because you have had many interviews over your time in Las Vegas, but you were able to talk with Cedric Coward, who has now joined the team in Las Vegas. He wasn't with the team in Salt Lake. He wasn't with the team in those first couple games in Las Vegas, but he's now at least being able to be there. I love that he was wearing the Michael Jordan shirt when you chatted it up with him. But just what did you gather from his conversation and how everything kind of stands with him as he's trying to get back from the shoulder injury that the Grizzlies very much knew was, a part of his situation when they drafted him, but it has been a bummer not to be able to see him out there playing with this team.
And he's been frustrated by it too. I mean, he told me that, not playing sucks. And that's what generates, that's what resonates coming out of the interview. We had a couple of minutes where, he sort of walked into the tenant makeshift basketball practice facility the Grizzlies have, sort of right behind their team hotel where they're staying at here. And, when he walked in with his family, and he walked in, with his grandfather, who was in the 1976 Olympics, won a gold medal on the 4x100 relay team. And that was a guy that, I wrote about when Cedric was first drafted. And the first call that he made once the trade became official was he got his grandfather on the phone from California and basically was like, "Granddad, we made it." And it was a bond between those two, and that goes back to the grandfather being an Olympian and then Cedric being, an NBA first round lottery pick. So it was great to kind of see him and meet him in person, for the first time, Mr. Maxey. And, you just really felt the bond that Cedric has with everyone that's around him. When he enters a room, he lights it up. And when he walked onto the practice floor, his teammates gathered around him. They were happy to see him. And he just shared a bunch about how much it's been frustrating to watch them from afar. And this was an opportunity he had to get to Las Vegas, and he couldn't wait to get there just to be with them. And although he's not going to play, just to be with them and have that camaraderie is something that has been important for him too.
Yeah, that's the summer camp element of Summer League, and developing chemistry and getting to know the coaching staff and the players and your new teammates, and having just those introductory conversations is a really important thing. I'm curious, from your perspective, any impact that this has on Cedric Coward and the race for where he may be rotation-wise at the start of the season? Has anything changed as it pertains to his availability, or is this something that we'll just be checking in on once we get to training camp?
Yeah, I mean, it'd definitely be something we'll check in on once we get to training camp. I don't think that he's just going to be given, a starting position. When you look at it, he's got to come in and do the work and earn his way into, what his rotation minutes are going to be. You still have, when you look at it, you have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, the veteran who you traded for in that Desmond Bane trade, is right there. You also have, Jalen Wells, who's played increasingly well and rediscovered his shot and his confidence in the summer league as well too. So that's pretty much right now would be your de facto 2-3, at that position going into training camp. And then Cedric Coward will be the next guy coming in, in that second unit. And if you have Scottie Pippen Jr. and Cedric Coward coming off your bench in that backcourt, you have some dynamic, defensive-oriented flexibility right there, and two guys that also know how to create their shots. So I'm not saying that's where he's going to end up, as a reserve. He might end up taking a starting spot. We'll see. But it certainly won't be handed to him. It's going to be something he's got to earn, and he's got to get those reps in with these guys when it comes to, September individual workouts leading into, the October start of training camp.
Well, speaking of that defensive flexibility, that's a nice segue into the reported coaching news from yesterday, where both Drew Hill to Michael Cole reporting that Ryan Saunders has been hired as the lead assistant for this Memphis Grizzlies team, and he was the defensive coordinator of sorts for the Denver Nuggets over the last few seasons, including that Nuggets team that won a championship. What do you make of this addition to Tomas Isolos's coaching staff?
Well, you certainly needed a veteran. You certainly needed someone with some NBA chops, someone who's been around the block in the NBA and has been in a lead CEO type role of an organization in terms of being the front-facing guy for your team. And I think the fact that, Ryan Saunders has done it before, he's still young enough so he fits the sort of demographic with this coaching staff when it comes to that kind of youthful energy, even though he does it in a different way. He's more of a cerebral guy when it comes to that. But it's a good fit. And we'll see where it goes. I mean, he's the veteran on this staff right now, because when you look around at who's been positioned in Summer League, Coach Isolo has had Jason March, Eric Schmidt, and Brian Collins from, Tennessee State. That's not a lot of frontline NBA experience for a first-year coach who's never coached at this level before. So you have a voice in there, a voice of reason, a guy who knows the referees, a guy who can, sort of help navigate you through some of the challenges that you have here. And they needed to hit a home run with an experienced, established coach. And I feel like they did. This is a significant step forward for solidifying the staff.
What have you learned about Coach Isolo as you've watched him and kind of taken in how he's coached this Summer League team?
Just that the same guy that we saw at the end of last season in terms of being, pragmatic, being, an affable guy, being a straight shooter when he communicates with you. He doesn't come across as a guy that's overwhelmed by the challenge. He seems to be cool, calm, and collected no matter what situation that he's in. He always has the right answers Whether he can get the team to execute to that level is another question. Pushing those buttons in real live action is a different thing. But I feel like he's prepared. I feel like, he understands the circumstances that he's in. He knows that it's going to be an uphill climb. It's not going to be easy in the West. It's gotten even harder in the West. And you lost one of your top scorers that you have to replace as well, too. So I think he knows what he's getting into. And I think it says a lot that some of the, veterans have come back. We've seen Ja Morant here over the weekend. Obviously Scottie Pippen and Zach Edey have been here throughout. Even some of the new guys, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope came in for a game, the first game in Vegas, from that standpoint too. So it's been, you've seen all of the guys that are connected to this team here, for the most part, those who weren't with Santi at Santi's wedding over in Spain. And, it says a lot about Isolo and what he's trying to build in terms of the camaraderie and the communication levels.
It was fun to see the pictures of Desmond Bane and Steven Adams at Santi Aldama's wedding in Spain, too. A nice little former Grizzlies reunion for all of those guys. Just because you mentioned Santi, he's had a really busy summer, just got married, was just named to the the NBA Players Association board, along with getting this new contract with the Grizzlies. What do you make of Santi's inclusion on the NBA PA side of things? That now has Jaren Jackson Jr., who's been involved with that. Now you also add Santi into that equation.
I think it speaks to the global impact and the global influence that the NBA's, PA is having right now. And one of the reasons why Santi is on there is because they're going to explore different ways to, underscore and highlight what international players are doing, for their countries and their respective nations, as it relates to, community service and projects and those kind of things. I mean, Santi does a lot. He has a foundation over in Spain where, he helps to open doors to opportunities for youth in basketball, both educationally and through basketball. And, he's going to be building an academy out there as well, too, to further that, kind of work that he's doing. And I think the NBA recognizes that more so now than ever before, with this, blossoming of all of these international superstars. If you look at, the top 15 players in the NBA right now, I would say probably 7 or 8, maybe more than half, are from outside the United States. So when you have that, certainly the MVPs over these last few years have been from outside of the United States. And when you have that kind of global influence, you have to have a Players Association board that represents that. And Santi being on there shows that his leadership is where it needs to be. His mindset is where it needs to be at this stage of his career. And he has bigger aspirations to use his impact and his voice.
Yeah, it is wild that Santi is now one of the veteran international players in the NBA, but that is where we're at. You mentioned Ja's appearance at Summer League. He was in and out there for a quick day trip. You were one of the media members who were able to speak to him as he was in Las Vegas, and your latest up at grindcitymedia.com is on that day trip of Ja watching the Summer League team. Why did you feel like it was an important symbol for Ja to show up and support this younger group at Summer League with the Grizzlies?
Because it's these guys. See, we've been around Ja ever since the very beginning, right? So sometimes you talked about when we first started the segment, how in Las Vegas you kind of lose track of time. You kind of lose track of, Ja's been around for 6 years now, right? Like he's been around. That's a long time in the NBA for players who 6 years ago that are coming in right now were like 12 years old. So they pretty much saw this guy. He is their Steph Curry. He is their LeBron James and Kevin Durant. He is there, when I was coming through, Michael Jordan and the Charles, like he represents that to these guys. And especially when you're talking about Summer League, especially when you're talking about a first-year head coach trying to establish his voice and his platform and his system for the most part when it comes to that. And so Ja coming in, even for a brief moment, was able to underscore the credibility that Coach Tuomas Isolo is trying to lay out there. So, he talked about, he said all the right things. He said he was shocked by the Desmond Bane trade, but he understood it for both teams. He talked about Jaren Jackson Jr. Being deserving of that contract. He talked about looking forward to seeing exactly how explosive Cedric Coward is going to be in that backcourt with them. He talked about the veteran leadership of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and what he's been able to do too, and what you were able to do in free agency as well. So Ja said all of the right things. He's about to head off to China in a few days here on a promotional tour, and he was giddy about that. This is the first time that he's gone international to really see the scope of what his brand is. And I think coming through Las Vegas, even though it seemed like, it was quick and in and out, I think it resonated with those he cared about most.
I can't wait to see like the visuals of the China trip and the Asia
Mm-hmm.
trip at large. I remember, and you talk about time flying, but years ago at this point when Chris and I were on our honeymoon, and it was one of my first international trips in quite some time, and being in Greece and Italy and Switzerland, and you would go into these NBA stores, and the only jerseys featured of current players would be LeBron James, Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, and Ja Morant. And that was, 3 years ago, and just the surge of popularity for Ja. And you go to these countries in Asia where, basketball fandom takes such a stronghold, and they really attach to certain players, and Ja is one of them. And like when he goes to Japan, I loved listening to the comments from Yuki Kawamura at Summer League talking about how, of course he enjoyed his time in Memphis. Ja will always be his brother. But I just have this vision of Ja and Yuki in Japan together. Like that place will go crazy. Like, it would just be remarkable to see. And it's a good reminder, because sometimes you get trapped in your Memphis bubble or your United States bubble, and it's like, yes, Ja's popular, but then people get into but what has he won and where is this at? But his global influence is crazy. Like he is one of those true stars.
Yeah, he is one of those true stars, and I think he has to understand that there's a responsibility and an obligation that comes with it. Like he's been given a lot early. He's been given $200 million basically, right off the bat. He's been given the platform as being one of the young faces of the NBA. But you just can't be given that and not sustain what it takes to stay there. And I think Ja is starting to understand that his availability is important. That, we saw last year with the celebration that he did, with the moment and like when that took over other sports, including hockey and others, minor league baseball. And, I asked him about that during the playoffs last year. Like, and he was like, it surprises him because he's not doing it to make to have the kind of impact that it ultimately has. And he learns that every single day, that, the things that he says, the things that he does, the weight that he carries means something. So, once he starts to flip that into a more positive space, and I think this Nike promotional tour will help, kind of recenter him and allow him to do that. That's going to be important. One more thing on that real quick. Shout out to, our social media team, Elizabeth Zhao, who's been covering that part of Ja, for, our Asian, I think it's Weibo is our social media network in Asia over there, but she's local. She's in Memphis. She's with our social media team. She's been all over this story. She was actually a participant in the Nike camp 10 years ago to this day, alongside Kobe Bryant. She has the pictures with Kobe Bryant. She was suited up as one of the young female prospects playing in that camp. And then to see Ja Morant get this opportunity 10 years after Kobe Bryant was over there for the same promotional tour is a great story. So make sure if you're on the social media spaces, check out what she's doing and what she's presenting on that space as well, because there is a local connection beyond Ja Morant to what this Nike promotional tour is all about.
And she's also one of the nicest people in the world. Like every time Mike and I are doing one of our Grizzlies weekly updates, she is doing her Grizz weekly update in Chinese. And shout out to Courtney, our wonderful video shooter, who's usually the one who's shooting those on the video side. And then he's doing the translations from English to Chinese. And it's like a well-oiled machine.
Courtney was on the golf course yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that. He wasn't golfing. No, it was like $800, $900 to golf on the course. He was shooting people on the golf course in that Vegas heat. Shout out to Courtney.
In the Vegas heat being the optimal phrasing there.
Yes, in the Vegas heat. And then he got some pool party shots too. So, and Courtney was the one that shot the Cedric Howard interview that I had, coming into today and yesterday as well too. So shout out to Courtney and Michael Blevins and Steph Allen. Like their team has been all over all of these things that the Grizzlies are doing throughout this summer league, both Salt Lake City all the way to Vegas. But yeah, Courtney's our guy, man, for sure.
You got to shoot us at a Muse?
Yeah, it's true. Steph got to shoot us doing Pilates. We're just all over the place this summer. Mike, you did, along with your Cedric Howard interview, you have interviews with all three rookies at this point. The Javon Small one just dropped this morning on Grind City Media. You can check it out. But he's been out with this groin strain. Do you think we'll see Javon Small moving forward?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think what they want to do is be very, very careful with that groin. They don't want anything to become a tear. It's a strain right now. And, basically with him and the way he plays, it's not like he can be at half speed playing point guard, the pace and space offense that they're running right now. So, he was a little bit down. You could tell in that interview that I had with him. We didn't want to harp too much on, sort of how much it's been a drag to get that first taste and then have to be in rehab. But at the end of the day, this is a guy that, proved that he's worthy of the two-way contract. So he's going to be able to get a chance to develop as that third point guard behind Scotty and Ja, both with the Grizzlies and obviously with the Memphis Hustle. So I think he's going to try to put himself in the best position to make the coaches consider getting him back out there again and the training staff. But right now they're focusing on just making sure that it doesn't get any worse right now, that he's regaining strength in his core as it relates to this growing strain that he's dealing with right now.
And then Jemai Mashak, when I was on Vernon's show last week, he asked me who my favorite interview thus far in Summer League was. And without hesitation, I said Jemai Mashak. And it wasn't even a formal interview. It was just a chit chat after shoot around. But you spoken with him over the weekend. He was on Vernon's show yesterday. What constantly stands out to me, aside from him just being a really great interview, is his willingness of flexibility to just whatever role is thrown at him, he has a real adaptation to take that role and make it his own. And I think the quote that went kind of viral off of Vernon's show yesterday was that he sees himself as a star player, which you wouldn't necessarily think Jemai Mashak star player, but he sees himself as a star player because he's willing to do all of the stuff that other guys wouldn't necessarily be clamoring to do. What did you make of your time with him so far and what you've seen in Summer League?
Mike, he knows. See, this is the one thing that ties all of these guys together. Whether it's Jemai Mashak, whether it's Cedric Coward, whether it's Jalen Wells, whether it's Cam Spencer. These guys know who they are. They know what they bring to the table. They're confident. They're articulate. They are locked in terms of, hey, I'm willing to play whatever role I need to play. And there's a fine fabric that sort of threads all of these guys that the Grizzlies are bringing in. And Mashak fits that bill perfectly, because the thing about it is that, and when I talked to him, what stood out to me was that he said, listen, man, I'm always going to do what I'm asked to do, but that doesn't mean that that's all I'm capable of doing, right? I had to focus on defense because that was my way to stay on the floor. They never really asked me at Tennessee to be offensively oriented. Now, I'm not going to say that, my three-point shot was great or my numbers offensively, stood out or anything like that. But those are things that I've been working on. And he's like, every time he looks up and sees someone critical of what he can't do, it just gives him more, ammunition to go out there and show that he can do that. And I think when he's with the Grizzlies and when he's on the floor, he's in every single play, whether it's on the offense or the defensive end. He's always in the camera shot doing something to impact the team. And, when you can do that, Cam Spencer's the same way. Those guys want to be impact players. And look, they're going to be at the end of the bench, but if those are the guys that you call in an emergency and say, go out there and give me 3 minutes and give it all you got, you can trust them to go out there and make plays the way they need to make it at any level, at any moment of any game.
All right, quickly, last but not least, because you just mentioned Cam Spencer. He signed his contract officially, came through the official Grizzlies channels yesterday. But then according to Shams Charania, it's a 4-year, $10.5 million deal with 3 fully guaranteed seasons, which is quite the upgrade, Mike, from the original reporting when we were in the midst of free agency, where Shams said it was going to be a 2-year, $4.5 million contract. Were you surprised by that difference when it came to Cam Spencer's final deal?
It's all about NBA economics and how they're, maneuvering the salary cap. When I'm saying they, obviously Zach Kleiman, president of basketball operations for the Grizzlies, and his staff, they have to do some specific things with every single nickel and dime of the salary cap to, make sure they're doing things in the right way. So to kind of give Cam a little bit a longer contract was a benefit to Cam and his representatives, but it also allowed the Grizzlies to stretch out and sort of take advantage of every $100,000 increment that they had available from that standpoint. What he's going to be averaging out over the 4 years is pretty similar, but it just stretches it a little bit more to free up a little bit more money to make sure that other contracts can line up as well too. But to commit to Cam Spencer on a 4-year contract with 3 years guaranteed, aligns him with what, Scottie Pippen got, aligns him with what, Gigi Jackson got, and, all of those other guys that were in that kind of situation as well, too. So he's happy about it. He's thrilled about it. And, I'm going to be talking to him. I talked to him as well yesterday about the contract and what that means to him as well, too. So stay tuned to Grind City Media, because we got more and more and more coming on these guys as the news develops and all of these things happen here in Las Vegas.
And we will see you tonight on the Grind City Media broadcast for Grizzlies
Oh,
Warriors.
yeah. I forgot about that. I am here for the games, too. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
9:30 p.m., but 9:15 pregame show. We'll catch up with you again, Mike. And thanks for joining us as always. We'll see you later.
All right. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
That was Mike Wallace. You can always find his latest up at grindcitymedia.com. And yes, we do have a Summer League pregame show, 9:15 tonight before the Grizzlies' 9:30 Central Time matchup with the Golden State Warriors in their third game of Las Vegas Summer League. We'll also have the halftime show and the postgame show for you as well. CJ and I not on the late night broadcast, because we will be back up tomorrow morning to talk about. CJ will not be back up. I'll be back tomorrow morning. CJ is leaving me for a day, but then he'll be back. It's all good. Just like we're going to take a break and we'll come back. The WNBA has a players poll that has been coming out every day through The Athletic with various questions. And today's question was, who will be the face of the WNBA in the next 5 years? Gee, I wonder who was voted most likely to be the face of the WNBA in the next 5 years.
Anybody but Caitlin Clark.
We'll get into it after a quick break.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
These are the Jordan 1, the crystals. These are the shoe that retails for $1,000. Oh, extra crystals. So if your crystals fall off, if your crystals fall off, actually these are the black crystals, because they have. So the shoe has black crystals on there as well too. So you get an extra package of black crystals.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
There are futures for Aaron Judge possibly hitting 400. Hitting 400 at the All-Star break, plus 600.
Oh, wow.
To have a 400 batting average in the regular season, plus 3,800. To win the Triple Crown is only plus 145.
I don't think he's going to hit 400 for the season.
I don't either. I that would be
ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Summer's biggest event is back. The FedEx St. Jude Championship is taking over TPC Southwind August 6th through 10th, and you already know Memphis is going to show out. Grab your crew, come kick it. We're talking specialty cocktails, Memphis-style eats, and one-of-a-kind 901 energy that you can't get anywhere else. Tickets on sale now at FedExChampionship.com. And check this out, kids 15 and under get in free with a ticketed adult. You can't beat that. The golf tournament will be here before we know it, and it's always one of the best weeks of the year here in Memphis. Let's get into some WNBA news and notes from the weekend. One thing, rewind. I did want to have one thing from Summer League last night, which normally CJ would start breaking out in hives if I said I was going to talk about another team's random Summer League game on a Monday night. But we did have one of the funniest posters of all time last night, CJ. Are we allowed to say of all time when it happens in a Summer League game? Okay, good. Because that is Johnny Furphy.
First
for
off,
the Pacers. Great name.
I thought everybody was mispronouncing this dude's name.
It's
I thought it
Furphy.
was Murphy.
It's Furphy.
All right, shout out to the Furf dog.
Not Furby, not Murphy, but Furphy.
Look
the
at the
Furf
handles.
dog.
Furf.
And that is Bulls rookie Noah Asenge. And unfortunately, Asenge had a great game in Summer League, but it doesn't matter because all that will be remembered for the rest of all time is his face on the Johnny Murphy dunk.
Furphy.
That is one of the funniest still frames I have ever seen in my entire life, will ever see in my entire life. That is the face of fear, of despair, of destruction, of getting dunked on by a guy named Furphy.
That is... Oh.
Give me your best Asenge face.
Like, I got to make a noise.
Cracks me up.
Like, you can't make that face. Throw it back up there.
It's so
Like,
good.
you can't make that face when you get dunked on. You can't make that face.
You don't get to choose the face you make when you get dunked on.
Look,
The face
check this
chooses
out.
you, okay?
Check this out. You can't make that face with a dude's groin on your back. You can't do that.
Just have to.
Shocking content. You can't
Failing
do
to
that,
prepare
though.
is preparing to fail.
I don't know what face you're supposed to make when a dude's nuts are on your back like that, but
so
it is
bad.
not that face.
I was watching SportsCenter this morning, and the anchors were
Holy
laughing
hell.
so hard they never regained like composure. They just laughed straight into break.
If I throw the picture back up, Jacob, if I took the jerseys away and I just took the background away,
Stop.
took all of that away, and you see
Stop.
2 dudes like that, what are you thinking immediately?
Stop.
I need to stop.
You need
Get
to
the
stop.
dude who got dunked on by this dude named Furphy to stop. Get him to stop.
I feel so bad for this guy.
Why are your
I
eyes
hope
rolling
he has-
into the back of your head
I hope he
getting
has
dunked
a
on?
great sense of humor.
You have to in that moment.
He's the one who left his team, who was in the middle of like the championship in Europe for the draft, so that he could be there on draft night.
Oh.
Isn't he? I think he's the one.
I remember that story. I don't remember who that
Fairly
was.
sure that's the one.
Now he's going to be known as, if that's
but
the
now
one,
that wipes out.
he's
that
known as the
wipes
dude
out
with
that
the face.
story, and now he's the guy who made that face when he got dunked on. He had 21 points. He had a double-double.
And he had that face.
And because this is technically the new season of the NBA, like once the NBA calendar turns, it is the new season. We have the draft and summer league. Like this is the first meme of the NBA season. This is our first 2025-2026 NBA meme.
Send that. Make sure we
Put it
tag.
in our year in
Make sure
review.
we tag that for the year
Year
in
in
review.
review.
Because that
Fire
face.
it up.
Oh boy.
Can you imagine for the rest of his life, like every time he gets interviewed with the same, like, what was your welcome to the NBA moment? And he was like, the meme.
When that dude put his nuts on my back and I made
hate
the
the
O
way
face.
you say
What? Throw the picture back up. Where is he at? Where are they,
Why
Jessica?
can't you just, what if there was a bug on him? He's like,
A bug on what?
There was a bug on him.
And so he's getting it off. His friend is getting it off with his groin. What are you talking about?
It's tough. I fear
tough.
this is like, you know how they always like warn you when you're growing up, like, be careful what pictures you post on the internet. You never know what a recruiter or a boss is going to see when they Google you. Well, unfortunately for Noah, he has no choice, and this is now the picture that will come up.
I mean, he's got to go out
for
there.
a fairly long
He's
time.
got to go out there and ball for the rest of his life to try and
To
get rid of
bury
that.
it.
Get rid of that picture. If this was LeBron James's camp, they would have taken this picture immediately and hit it. You remember? Now I want to know what LeBron's face was when that college kid dunked on him in the summer.
That they erased from
that they
all memory.
they grabbed the video and was like, no. That's why you have a team that does that. Shout out to LeBron James's team, because if his face was anything like that, no, he'd lose Nike endorsements. He wouldn't be able to do Space Jam 2. Nobody would want to trade for him. No, you got to get rid of that. He's got to go out there and become a legend to erase that moment.
Yeah.
And it'll be hard. I'm not sure if you can erase it.
It's so sad because it's not like the photographers get every shot at Summer League.
But they got that one. They got that one.
All right.
Oh,
I couldn't let
man.
the show go without having its moment.
No.
Other WNBA news and notes. So, as I was saying, The Athletic is spending this week releasing daily anonymous player polls out of the WNBA. And I knew that Tuesdays was who will be the face of the WNBA in 5 years. I didn't know if it would come out before our show, but I was so curious. Good work by The Athletic. That's some like real capital J journalism teasing, because I wanted to see who the players were going to vote for who would be the face of the WNBA in the next 5 years. And it's Caitlin Clark. And she got 53.8% of the vote, Caitlin Clark, to be the face of the WNBA in 5 years. I would argue that Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA right here, right now, so it would make sense that she would further solidify herself as the face of the WNBA in the next 5 years. I am not saying she is the best player in the NBA. I'm not saying that she will definitively be the best player in the WNBA in the next 5 years. But in terms of the most widely associated person with the WNBA in the United States of America, it is Caitlin Clark. That is just a fact. CJ?
We're clipping this right?
Probably.
And I mean, it depends on who you ask. You know, some people say it's Angel Reese, you know? Some people, you say WNBA and they immediately think Angel Reese.
Some people might. Angel Reese was not the second vote.
But
Juju Watkins was.
That was the part that threw me off.
Found fascinating that they are already forecasting
the players like Juju.
Yeah.
Or like her enough to or respect her enough to recognize, like, oh, when this one comes in,
she could be that.
She might be that.
Obviously, the ACL injury delays the process for Juju, but she has a signature shoe in college.
And
she has a signature shoe coming out in college. That's crazy. The brand deals that she already has, the commercials that she's in.
It helps she's in
It's a lot.
L.A.
It helps that she's in Los Angeles, yes.
It helps more that she's a hooper.
Yes.
Right? Imagine Caitlin Clark in college at USC, UCLA, or one of the New York schools, right? Like, it would absolutely help the endorsements.
Or UConn.
Yeah. Right? It would absolutely help with the endorsements being in one of those major entertainment capitals or near one of those major entertainment capitals. But Juju can flat out ball. In 5 years, though, I didn't even think about the ACL injury.
Yeah.
In 5 years, Juju will be second year, third year?
Second year at most, because she'll be out next year.
Out next year.
The assumption.
She's going to do 2 more years in college.
Or at least 1 more year in college.
But
counting the injury. Are you counting the injury year?
No, we don't. Caitlin Clark didn't leave. Paige Beckers didn't leave.
Yeah, I know.
Did Candace Parker leave? Like, we don't see women's college basketball players, even the great ones, leave early. So I'm assuming she's going to do the full 3 years.
3 years until she's even in the league. So
then
she'd be in her second year.
She'd be in her second year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that. That one threw me off. I figured if you made it this far after my Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark joke, good for you. I figured Caitlin Clark would be there. I would say Caitlin Clark in 5 years would be the face. Are you ready for this heel turn?
Yeah.
Sabrina is top 10 in points per game, steals, 3-pointers made per game. I think she's top 10 in assists as well. And in 5 more years, she'll still be around her prime. She might be coming down, but it won't be all the way out of her prime. She'll still be good to great. It might be her. She'll have years.
She has one championship already.
She has one championship. She'll be the Breonna Stewarts of the world, the Brittany Griners of the world, the Alyssa Thomases of the world. They'll be gone in 5 years, won't they? I would imagine they'd be gone in 5 years, and Ionescu is the one immediately behind them. So it wouldn't surprise me. And you talk about somebody who's super popular.
Asia's right in that realm too.
Oh, is
They're
Asia
the same
there?
age. Asia's
Okay.
28 and Sabrina's 27. So you could make a case for either of them.
For
Great
Asia
shoes.
also. Great shoes. Both of them got great shoes. Both of them super popular with the people. If you say, okay, tell me about the WNBA, their names would get mentioned at some point in the conversation, even for super casual fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would be if I was doing like a list of 5 in 5 years, it would be Clark, Sabrina, I'll go Angel Reese, Asia, and I'll throw Juju in there at 5.
Oh, no Paige?
No.
I have been surprised.
The Paige hype just isn't the same.
No, it is. I just don't think we're seeing
Okay.
it. Suddenly on TikTok, I don't know if my algorithm just defaulted to heavy Paige Becker's content for whatever reason, maybe because I was searching and looking up something recently. But the Paige hive is there and real and feels churning in a similar space to Caitlin and Angel. But we have a rookie, and a rookie who perhaps because of her injuries at UConn didn't reach the crescendo, even though she ends up winning a championship, even though she's certainly been moving to one of the most recognizable faces in the sport of women's basketball. But I feel the same way, because I wouldn't have thought like, oh yeah, face of the league type thing. But I do think there is the energy behind her similarly to those younger players. The other two that received votes were Cameron Brink and Dominique Malonga. Malonga's the French one.
Have you seen Brink play yet?
No.
Okay, I was just making sure.
No.
But Brink has it. Brink has the style, the appearance, and if the game is on par, like maybe. We do enjoy, in basketball, we do enjoy bigs. We like seeing them go out there and dominate and go through people and finish over people and finish through contact. And Cameron Brink, when she was in college, was able to do all of those things. So if the game is what it was in college, she is playing in LA also. She's playing in one of those entertainment capitals that we talked about earlier. It could be Cameron Brink. We've named about 8, 9, 10 players. The league is in good hands.
Yeah.
The future of the league is good. I see this.
And we're getting into the best.
Not even
versus
talking about
the face.
MVP. Not talking about the Alicia Gray. Not talking about some of these younger stars that are emerging. Like the league is good right now.
Yeah.
Isn't it
But
good?
at the end of the day, like it's
players
clear
are coming
Caitlin
in.
Clark is the most anticipated. She is the face of the league right now, and she is the face of the league moving forward.
Depending on who you ask. Yeah. It might be Angel.
I understand making an argument. And listen, I stand for Angel regularly and will always point out Angel Reese has more Instagram followers than Caitlin Clark. Like, popularity is a very real thing that people turn their back on.
Has Caitlin been to the Met Gala?
Has Caitlin been on the cover of NBA 2K?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Nope.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying. Only the faces of the leagues
But
get there.
this is silly. Like, in terms of if you walked around every street in America, every single street, and you stopped 10 people on every street, because the streets are crowded. We're walking suddenly. We've become a walking country in this vision of mine.
Oh, okay.
It's great. We have community spaces again.
As the
We're
Waymo
meeting
drives
up third
off?
places. No, we don't have cars. We have a train.
Okay. Oh.
We have public transportation.
Oh.
Maybe the
I love
Waymos
riding
are
the
the public
train.
transportation. I don't know. I'm not turning it down. But if you asked 10 people on every street, in every city, in every state in this country, and said, name me the most popular WNBA player, I think you're getting Caitlin Clark with like 80% of the naming. Just because the familiarity and it is everywhere and she is everywhere, and appropriately so, right? Like she's lived up to it, and we'll see what happens with the Fever for the rest of the season. And we'll see what happens with Fever Sun tonight. I can't wait.
It's gonna be good.
In Boston.
In
I
Boston.
didn't even think of the additional connotations of Boston.
Yeah.
God.
It's gonna be good stuff.
Tomorrow's WNBA player poll is going to be which city is ideal for expansion and what should be a CBA priority.
3 cities ideal for expansion? You're on the spot. Go.
Nashville.
Okay.
Colorado.
Is that
Denver,
city?
sorry.
Okay, there we go. Although I like the idea of a team in a state that just travels to around the state to play games, right?
Me
like you
too.
could do the Tennessee
It's not
Summit.
fair that the capital or the big city always gets it.
You could be the Tennessee Summit. No, we're gonna keep it in the big cities now. You could be the Tennessee Summit, and you could play games in Chattanooga, Nashville, and Memphis. Like that would be fun for me. But either way,
But I do like the idea of having a complimentary WNBA team in Tennessee, and Memphis has the Grizzlies, and Nashville has the W team.
So Nashville,
Denver, and I don't know.
Miami, Orlando,
Sure,
Charlotte.
let's take one of the Florida.
Louisville?
Yeah, let's do Miami.
Miami.
Yeah,
Okay. That's what's up.
I like that. How about you?
Oh, I'm the one asking the question,
Okay.
Jessica. I'll say, I won't say Nashville, but there needs to be a team in Tennessee, and they're not going to put one in Chattanooga or Knoxville because that's too close to the dream.
Murfreesboro.
Memphis, Charlotte, and I'll go Orlando. Memphis, Charlotte,
Okay.
Orlando.
We did find out the Portland expansion team, they're readopting the Fire.
Oh, nice.
They're bringing the Fire back. So they'll join the Toronto Tempo.
Okay.
Those are your next two. And then obviously you get the Cleveland, Detroit, Philadelphia. It's a lot of expansion.
Yeah.
In a rapid time. But if the Valkyries are any testament, granted, the Valkyries are in San Francisco and have a boatload of money behind them. But it's been nothing but a success in year one.
Listen, the more stars you can have in the league, the better. And the way you showcase more stars and what they're able to do talent-wise is to have a bit more teams.
Yes.
It's hard to be a face if you are getting cut, right? Like if your job is on the line.
Yeah.
And that's
Quite
what
literally, yes,
That's
you're
what the
correct.
W is right now because there just aren't enough teams to keep up with the talent of everybody coming into the league. So yeah, you got to add some of these teams. It's going to be good. All in all, the W is in a good space right now. It could be in a better space. I'm curious about that CBA thing.
Right.
I want to know what the players have to say about the CBA thing. We heard incessantly, and it was a big talking point, a year ago, 2 years ago, about the travel component. Okay, it seems they've kind of figured that out. What else is there that is needed to keep this league going
Money.
forward?
Pay them.
Well, hey, listen, that's everywhere.
It's that simple.
All right.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. TV Tuesday, what we're watching. Love Island came to an end. Thank God. I'll tell you my final thoughts on my first journey with Love Island, plus what we're watching when we come back.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit Shinedown.com.
All right, reflection time. 42 and 21, entering your sixth season. Of the 42, which one do you think about the most?
Probably was the Liberty Bowl win versus Iowa State.
Iowa State.
That was a big one.
To win in that fashion, we were, I think, it was the biggest underdog game we had all season.
yeah.
10-point underdog, whatever the heck it was. And they go out there and feel like we actually single-handedly won the game. No fluke plays, just went out there and took care of business.
The better team.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals Series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizz, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back.
My
A little
bad, I didn't
TV
realize.
Tuesday to end this Tuesday. I have a lot of TV to catch up on. I feel like I'm really behind because I haven't watched a whole lot of anything except for Love Island for the last 2 weeks as we've been traveling and summer leaguing and all of that. I'd like to watch The Quarterback Show on Netflix. I think that'll be our workout documentary as we get back into our routine where we watch documentaries as we work out. But I've seen a couple clips from it, enough that have intrigued me to stop by. I also saw there's gonna be a new Netflix show. It doesn't come out till August, but it's Any Given Saturday, and it's gonna focus on SEC matchups from last season. I swear to God, if they don't feature Diego Pavio, what are we doing? Jacob tells me he's featured, as the good Lord intended, on Any Given Saturday. Okay, here's the thing. I finished Love Island because Love Island finished me. And it is over. Season 7, I believe it was, of Love Island. This was my first season of Love Island. Everybody convinced me that I had to be a part of the Love Island conversation. And so I dove in head first. And I wanted to love Love Island so badly because I see the hype. I see the cultural vice grip that it has. Everybody talks about it. It feels very sporty because it is taped live and it is every night and it turns into something that you watch live and are a part of the conversation and fans get a vote within it. And so if you get behind and you have to watch it by yourself in catch-up mode because it is physically impossible to watch a show every single night, that is hard. My friends tell me, you watch sports every night. It's different. I can't tell you why, but in my life, it's just different. And watching this show for the last 6 weeks became a chore. It became a bit of a burden. While traveling, it became really difficult to keep up on. I fast forwarded through a lot of it to try to catch up and just get the parts that were important enough for me to take away. I enjoy the sociological element of reality television. I am not trying to sit here and crap on reality TV. I think there is great value in reality television. I think if that's what floats your boat, that's awesome. I think there's intelligence to be found in reality television and just how people communicate with one another and strategize against each other, and all of that is very interesting. I don't get Love Island. I don't get it. I did not find it particularly fun. And I saw somebody describe it as an algorithm show, and that really spoke to me because it is a lot of things and it is nothing, right? It is so fluffy. There's no depth to the relationships. There's no depth to these people and how they are portrayed. Somebody gets kicked off the show and they barely even address it. It's not even a storyline. You sent me the girl who ended up putting a statement out yesterday who got kicked off the show because her old social media posts came out, and her name is Sierra, and she had used an offensive terminology to Asian people multiple times in her past social media, and it comes out, and she ends up getting kicked off the show, and they don't even treat it as a storyline. She's just gone, and they just move on to the next. And so it's almost like when you're watching TikToks and you're just scrolling from video to video to video and your little brain doesn't even compute with something that just happened and you're just on to the next. And that's how I felt watching Love Island. Nothing stuck to me. And the relationships, I get it, it's reality television, and notoriously, whether it be The Bachelor or Love is Blind or Joe Millionaire back in the day. Like, those dating shows don't have a lot of realness to them, but you at least are able to pretend that the people are falling in love and that true relationships are forming. This felt like it was all part of a game, which is fine. If you want it to be a game, make it a different kind of reality show. But if it's about forming genuine connections, and that's what I was told, that's what I was sold on. These people actually fall in love and continue these relationships, and then you learn to love them as couples. I don't love any of the couples, including the one that won.
Do any of the couples last for a period of time? Because it seems
Yes, usually they do.
Oh, really?
Apparently, that's what I've been told.
Oh, okay.
I'm no expert. This was my first season. There ain't no way that, I mean, it's been long enough at this point. Like, there's no way Amaya and Brian are in it to win it. I think we have to do a reunion show at some point, I've been told.
Yes.
But it's not for like a month. There's no way they're still together. There's just no way. And I felt like I was watching some like generational crash outs, but not in a very fun and entertaining way. In a concerning Hurricane Hudda should seek help. It wasn't fun. I don't know, man. I can't do it again. I'm not in it again.
Okay.
But I enjoyed being a part of a group chat with friends. Like, that is fun. Like, one of the reasons I'm still on Twitter is because sports Twitter is a community when live sporting events. That dunk happens, the Furphy dunk happened yesterday, and I want to see people talking about it because I saw it, and then we all talk about it communally, or the home run derby is going on, and we're all talking about the big dumper together. Love Island has that effect. Like, I was listening to my daily business podcast that I listen to, and bars that put on these Love Island watch parties were raking in profits that they only see on NFL Sundays. And they are getting that from Love Island. So there is clearly a passionate, money-spending audience that wants to go out and watch this show together. I just wish it was a better show. I just wish so desperately that it was better.
I think sometimes, man, in our quest for a community experience, you come across something that doesn't speak to you as an individual.
Yeah.
And it's fine for you to say, okay, I'm just not into that. But nobody here is trying to yuck a yum. If you like it and you
I want to yum the yum with you.
I don't.
I'm so jealous.
I don't. If you like it, I love it for you. I just can't partake in those type conversations. I can't. And that's fine both ways. I'm not here to offer any sort of real critique on reality TV. It's here. People love it. You brought it up. Bars are making money off it, and that's a true indicator of like how popular this thing is. I can't think of very many non-sports shows that get people to say, you know what, I want to go to my local pub, I want to go to my local bar and sit down and watch this with a whole bunch of strangers together. I remember Scandal was that way.
Yeah.
For once it got to like the middle of Scandal, once Scandal took off. Was Game of Thrones like that? People were watching bars?
There were like communal watch parties. In college, I remember like American Horror Story, which was by no means in that realm, but I just remember everyone would get together to watch American Horror Story, which was fun to watch shows with other people.
It's fun to be together. It's fun to be together with the same interest in a relatively low stakes type of thing.
Yeah.
The things that bring us together are oftentimes the very highest of high stakes, and emotions and tempers get the running and boiling hot.
This doesn't have high stakes.
This doesn't have high stakes?
No.
Yeah, I know it.
No.
And that's what makes it good.
No.
Yes. Because you get to come together and you get to joke and bicker back and forth, but at the end of the day, it has no real impact on your life, and you keep it pushing, man.
Yeah.
So if you like it, I love it for you. Go watch it.
And keep me in your group chats.
Why do you want to stay in the group chat?
Because I like community.
Okay.
I like to be involved. I like to talk with friends, because if everybody's talking about that, like I'm in like 3 Love Island group chats, and it's been I know, and I don't keep up in any of them. Sometimes, can I have a confession?
Yes, this is a safe space.
Sometimes I would take something I saw in one group chat
and say it to the other one.
Just so I could stay involved. Yeah. Just so I could stay involved. You should have seen me after we got back from Antigua, and everyone was like, oh, it's perfect. It's a perfect travel show. A perfect travel show. There's like 8 hours of content that I missed in that period of time.
For like 5 hours.
But again, it's like brain rot. Like if I watch it for 8 hours straight, I feel like I've watched TikTok for 8 hours straight. And that's a horrible place for your brain to be sitting in. Anyway, Love Island is over. Happy for everybody who got to be a part of the experience together. I started a new Netflix show last night. It's called Too Much. Have you heard of it, CJ?
No.
It's a new comedy starring Megan Stalter, written and directed by Lena Dunham. I've only watched the first episode. I like it. I don't like it a lot yet, but I think it has potential for me to like it a lot. It's about a girl who moves to London for a job opportunity, but she's really obsessed with like British romance movie cliches, and she's recently been broken up with. Her ex left her for an influencer. She has a really ugly dog that plays a big role, at least in episode 1. It's a pretty vulnerable show, which I was a really big fan of Girls back in the day, and I know Girls has had a bit of a resurgence as a rewatch show, but as an actual millennial who watched Girls in real time during college and in the first couple of years after college, that was more of like a millennial coming of age story. It was cringy. I was cringy. I wanted to be a New York City girl. Like that show struck a chord, and you look back and it's very flawed, but like purposefully flawed, with like 2010s girl boss feminism and girl relationships and all of that. This show just feels way more, I don't know, pure of heart. And Lena Dunham's done a lot of interviews. I know some people feel some kind of way about Lena Dunham.
What did Dunham do to make everybody mad that time?
Okay, so one, she's always been a really like a strong female voice in the entertainment space, and I think by nature that brings a lot of criticism with it. But then she wrote a memoir, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but there was some incident that she talked about that happened with one of her siblings when she was younger that people took in a sexual, at worst, abuse kind of way, at best, misconduct kind of way, and the way that it was written about and spoken of, and people have really hung on to that. I don't care enough either way. Like, not that I don't care if something bad happened, but it's not a story that has particularly moved me to investigate further, and I'm not the kind of person who's out here sitting reading Lena Dunham's memoir in the first place, so I never followed it very closely. But I do know, like, she writes really well, and she writes good content, and I think this Megan Stalter is one of the funniest people working in Hollywood right now. Like, she's on Hacks. She is so good on Hacks that people have wanted a spin-off of her character on Hacks, and now she gets this show where she's the leading lady in Too Much, and just her comedic timing is, it's really, really good. And it's done in a way that doesn't feel forced, and it just comes across as watching this girl who I very much enjoy watching as an actress and as a personality. So I will be watching that show, and I'm curious how it holds on. I'm curious if the Lena Dunham of it all like moves the needle one way or another. Like if people avoid it because it's written by Lena Dunham, or if enough time has passed that people are like, oh, I'm curious what Lena Dunham's up to now. I'll watch this new show. It was number 10 on Netflix yesterday when we went to check it out.
And tell me again why you said you liked it.
It just was a very vulnerable story of a girl who's been broken up with, and it felt very relatable.
Okay.
And not like relatable in a way of, knock on wood, I haven't been broken up with in my post-grad life. I'm with my husband who I met in 2012. When I used to watch episodes of Girls while I would wait for Chris to finish his shift at the Olympics. So maybe that's a reason that I was attached to that show too. But it's funny. It has just like very one-off lines.
Dry?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And also dry, sarcastic, but just like cutesy funny too. Like not everything has to be that serious, but she's also a mess of a character. Like you see this person who's obviously hurting tremendously, and she's the kind of person who we all know in our lives, and hell, I operate this way sometimes, like laugh through the pain, say funny things through difficult situations, when in reality, you're like crumbling inside and trying to figure out just how to make it through. And then this notion of like an American, I mean, that's a age-old trope, like American moves to London. And in the first episode, she meets a boy who I would assume ends up being a long-term character within the show, because I meant to look up what I know him from. He's so cute, but he's a musician, and she meets him at a pub. Yeah. And so all those little things that factor in. So anyway, it's good. What are you watching right now?
I finished Squid Game
God.
Right when it came out. It's good stuff. Oh, the social commentary on Squid Game is incredible. I was like, okay, do we need a second Squid Game? What more can you say about the human condition? after the first season. Apparently there's still some things to be said. The second and third season of Squid Game take a bit of a look at like rebellion and revolution. What ends up happening what happens to the losers when the rebellion either wins or loses? What ends up happening? There's a great moment there that sort of explains it perfectly. One side will have way less than the other side, and whichever side has the most, they dictate the terms of your existence. I wondered, LeBron James wondered so much that he mentioned it to Anthony Davis at a press conference. Like, why go back? Why? And the reason you go back is to protect people, right? The person who is the leader of a moment or leader of a movement, if they're doing it in their pure of heart, they're doing it to protect future generations. And there's a great moment, the end of that moment, in the last episode, Humans Are, that's the name of the episode. That is one of the last lines of the show, and there is no more said after that, right? Humans are what? And it's up to you to use your interpretation of what just transpired to decide what humans are in that moment, and then in your general overall life. The games are what the games are. People are getting murked. It is it's kind of a spoiler, but not too big of a spoiler to talk about what the games are. Jessica, they playing hide and seek, dog. They running around playing hide and seek. So we're on opposite sides of this thing. You have a knife, right? You have to find me and kill me with your knife. If I find the way out of this maze, I win.
You win.
I'm
what
good
happens
to
to
go.
the person who's left in?
They die, Jessica.
I know, but how?
They come up and they shoot you when time expires.
I was just curious.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you like fell into a pit.
No, they just come up, pit a couple in your chest.
Okay.
There's redemption arcs in this. There's a conversation being had about the role religion plays, true prophets and false prophets. There's a great moment at the very last episode where it is, all right, are we all going to turn on ourselves? Who are we going to turn on? And how that all plays out. It's just, all in all, it's a phenomenal show. And if you hadn't watched it, if you enjoyed the first season, don't be in the camp of, oh, why do I need to watch the second and third season? No, go watch it because it's really well done. It's phenomenal.
Lee in the chat asked if you would have the knife or you would not have the knife and run. Did you get to choose if you had the knife or not have the knife?
No, so they give you just go up and you pick things. You don't know.
You don't get to choose.
And then you get it.
Okay.
And then there's some stuff that transpires. So you don't know. You don't know.
Well, you sent, before we get out of here, a list of the most streamed shows of 2026 up through this part of the year. I think we're halfway through the year, right?
Yeah.
July 15th?
June.
So this was January through June. And for original series that are original to the platforms that they stream on, Squid Game was the #1 streamed show, or has been the #1 streamed show. The top 10, Squid Game, Reacher, The Night Agent, Ginny and Georgia, Severance, 1923, The Pit, The Handmaid's Tale, You, and Landman. I think The Pit is my favorite new show that I've watched of 2025 thus far.
Love Island is right there at number 19.
I'm surprised it's not higher. What a win for Peacock.
It just
Peacock
came
owns
out.
reality television.
It just came out.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that you kind of watch as it happens, so you wouldn't be going back. I feel like the streaming would not continue. Although my friends now are going back and watching old seasons of Love Island UK, so I guess I'm wrong. And you can still go back and find fun and enjoyment. If I was like 3 years down the road and someone told me, go watch season 7 of Love Island, and I spent all that time on that show, I would be so mad at that person. I'd be so mad. Maybe next time. My friends are gonna be so disappointed. I haven't broken the news to them. This is me breaking the news to them. So we'll make it through. You wanna know what else we'll make it through? A 9:30 p.m. Summer League game. 9:30. Grizzlies Warriors, 9:15. Grind City Media. Be there, be square. We'll have the pregame show for you. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. CJ's gonna be at Media Days tomorrow. Are you joining the show? No.
You hadn't talked to me about it. I don't know. Am I?
Do you want to?
If you want me to.
Okay.
We can do this off air.
We'll talk about it off air. We'll have our meeting off
Oh,
air.
Brevin's supposed to be on Friday.
Oh, cool. That's great. We're having a further meeting. Okay, we got to go meet about things, but we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
going
that's
to.
so exciting.
I'm going to Birmingham, Jacob. So I won't be in.
It'll be Bennett.
Bennett. I don't know. I got Benson in my head for some reason.